Bow. 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 Beep. 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 Bow. So I did remember to do the recording this time. So
I pressed it. Nothing. I pressed it. I clicked it.
I remembered it this time.
No, but I clicked
Everyone,
it, John.
Please clap because I got it this time.
Okay. Congrats, John. You did it.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome, dude.
Thank you so much. Hey, welcome to the VGB's podcast, episode 36. I'm one of your hosts, John Warren. With me is my forever co-host, Niki Grayson.
Hey.
We just now got off another show together. So
Wow. So I didn't even really get any space to do anything off of that intro. And now, is it because I was on the computer?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It was. But now, John, the computer is closed.
Oh, okay. Hey, with me is my forever co-host, Niki Grayson.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
What's going on?
What's freaking up?
Earlier, when I saw you, I could only see your left hand, and I thought you had a wrist brace on before
No,
it's
a shirt for losers.
Why is it for losers?
No adult functioning normal has a shirt with thumb holes in it.
Why? I don't know.
No, this is not regular.
So you consciously put that on. You think it's goofy, yet you did it.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So unpack that a little bit. Like what?
Oh, I'm going through it, John.
You're going through
it. So the clothes are representative of the going through it. Because sure. I was like, I can't put. Sometimes I want to put real clothes on about it.
Right.
But today was not one of those days where I felt like I could. Now, guess what the rat is doing right now? If you had to take a guess as to what she's up to at this moment.
Asking you to take her outside?
She's licking the top of the laptop. Just going to town.
Oh, going to town on the top of the laptop. That's interesting. Do you think that's...
What flavors are on there?
Yeah, what flavors are on there?
Whatever. She can have it. Who cares?
Just go ahead and eat it, Barley. Eat the whole thing. Eat the entire thing. How's your week been?
Bad, John. I just told you I was going through it.
Yeah.
Everything's bad. It's cold. Well, actually, that part's nice. It's cold and rainy, and that's good, actually. But it isn't helping, because usually my hack when I feel sad is go outside, and then I get pummeled with so much vitamin D.
Yeah, you can't help but feel
good. But now there's the vitamin D machine in the sky is not working right now. Isn't that crazy? The orb is hot enough. The orb is hot enough to make the planet hot, but it isn't hot enough to get through some water in the sky.
Yeah. The sun, for all the sun's power, it feels like it should be able to just kind of part the clouds and be like, hey, what's up?
Be like, hey, here's the sun is here. But no, if there's enough clouds, it's like,
no,
can't do it.
Aw, can't do it. Aw. Yeah.
Bad star. We got
it feels like throwing like a toy car in the middle of the floor of a big room. And someone's like, well, I can't cross the room now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
what do you mean? Just go across.
What do you mean? Just go across.
Just go across.
That's really goofy. Okay. So going through it. Got it. Okay. And you've discovered something else bad. What's that? What's going on?
I just moved and it felt like my hip came out. So that's good also. So like I'm just having a good start.
One. Yeah, we're
having a good one. Yeah, everything's good over where in your neck of the woods, as Al Roker would say. Did you buy that generator?
No, I can't afford to buy a generator right now.
You can steal one, no?
I could. I probably could. I could steal a lot of things. See, Anne's really convinced that I need to start using my
your privileges more
to just start start stealing stuff or start saying stuff to people that I shouldn't be allowed to get away with.
Who's stopping you if you have 12 eggs in your lap?
No
You
one.
just put the eggs in your lap.
Legitimately, I don't think anyone would stop me. If I put a dozen eggs in my lap, no one would stop me and just leaving the Walmart or whatever.
I think you should start doing it.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
That's
a bit.
Just like I'm allegedly, as a bit, not paying my taxes this year.
As a goof.
As a goof
that we're all doing.
As a goof that we're all not doing, because no one would do that.
Who wouldn't pay taxes? No one should do
that. I don't know.
You gotta pay taxes, Sean.
You have to pay them. I know.
It keeps the nation healthy and happy.
Oh, does it? Because it kind of feels like there's no law.
No, John. It keeps
Why would I?
No, it keeps the good nation healthy and happy, and that's why because you paid taxes last year. That's why all the good stuff's happening now, John.
Is the good nation in the room with us now?
Yes, and then think about all the good stuff that's going to happen next year when you pay taxes, and the year after that, and the year after that. It's never going to be bad.
It's never going to be bad again. It's on Xbox Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass, John. The country is on Game Pass.
Oh, God. Put the fucking country on Game Pass. Put it out of its misery. For real. Well, we still have a job to do.
Yeah. Ain't that the way it is? You wake up and the computer says, still bad. And you say, all right.
Computer says, I don't know when your paycheck, your welfare paycheck is coming. I don't know where your Social Security check is. But you do want to know the latest about what the Electronic Software Association is up to.
You think my password or my passport is in any sort of progress?
Oh, when did you start it?
Oh, before he took office, but obviously not in time. Yeah. So now we wait.
Oh, you're trying to do big changes with it?
No.
No changes?
Not to be crazy. I'm not an idiot. Not to be fucking crazy. But like this is actually maybe the spiciest take that I've got. If you're trans and you looked at your passport and the environment and you said, now's a good time to do that gender marker change, you fucking idiot.
Oh,
you fool.
No one I've seen is saying that it's a good idea now. They were saying it was a good idea before January 20th.
I don't think it was a good idea ever. You have to go other places with that document.
I don't go here, so I can't.
No, I'm different. Everybody's different. Everyone's situation is different, but I just feel like you don't.
It is a bit
big
of a
document.
Risk.
It's a big, you're just opening the door. Just let them, not to be crazy, just let them be mean to you as you're trying to get through the border. It's fine. Like you're an adult, you can handle it. It's okay.
Oh man, I don't know. Sad.
I know it sucks. I agree. But like, you got to move through these systems sometimes, Sean.
Yeah.
How do I passport status check?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Submit. Nope, that's the whole application. I don't want that. We're doing this live. Ask me a question about video games and I'll stop doing this, Sean.
Are you and I going to the iicon festival?
Well,
the Interactive
do you think we're cool
Innovation Conference, advancing innovation across culture, business, and human connection from the Fontainebleau Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada, from April 27th to 30th, 2026?
Do you think we are cool enough to get invited because it's invite only?
I put my name on a list under three different email addresses. So
to get invited,
one of them will to get updates, which then leads to getting on a list that might get invited. This, so you know, at home, is the ESA, who used to run the E3 conference. This is their new conference. They're essentially killing E3 for real, finally. And they're doing iicon. And boy, for something called the Nintendo Wii with two eyes, this should be called econ, because it's IICON.
The logo is silly. One of the dots on the eyes is square and the other one's a circle. What's that about? This is gonna be like the GameStop Expo that they used to do. Nope. What's the one I'm thinking? It's DICE in Vegas.
DICE is in Vegas, yeah.
This seems like DICE again.
Yeah, it seems like that. It actually sounds like a GDC to me, which is an odd thing because everyone is like, we really barely need GDC. And ESA is like, what if we had a second GDC
What if we had GDC
a month
too?
later? But they do have apparently Amazon, Disney, EA, Epic, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, Square Enix, Take-Two, Ubisoft, and Warner Brothers attached to be involved in this. It's not starting this year. It is starting starting in 2026, and it is quote, you will gain exclusive access to visionary keynotes, engaging discussions and workshops, and elite networking opportunities with executives shaping the future of entertainment, business, and technology.
Yawn.
So you can sign up for updates on that right now. So they killed E3 to create basically GDC2, which is full of, I mean, this is, to me, it even goes a little bit beyond GDC where it's incredibly executive vision focused.
Yeah, no, it's like, it's going to be TED Talks from the most annoying people you've ever heard of. Andrew Wilson's going to get up on the stage and he's going to be like, I told them to put live service in Dragon Age, and I was right. And that's why it didn't sell. And then here's why we should do live service. And then he's going to put like a slide up on the fucking TV that's like conveniently leaves out every FIFA that released after 2024.
Right.
And then it's going to be like, look at this curve.
We were going to make Yarny 3, but instead we've turned it into Yarny, a live service game about Yarny, the Yarn Man.
Yarny. You can knit together with any person on the planet.
Knit together.
Yarny 3. They should make a Yarny 3.
What were those games called? Unraveled? Is that what it's called?
Unraveled, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I did think for a moment it was actually called Yarny, but
no, that's just the man's name.
Yeah,
that's Unravel and Unravel 2.
Unravel and Unravel 2.
Yeah.
They didn't make a 3. Knack 3, Unravel 3 package?
Knack, Unravel, Knack 3.
Unravel, Knack 3.
That would be so sick. And it's so kind of like, and it's like, because you know how Knack's got the magnets or whatever, the triangles to bring them together. But like in this one, Yarny kind of like unravels himself and kind of wraps himself in between Knack's bones.
Yes.
Keep them stronger.
Stronger
together.
Kind of stronger together. Knit together. Unravel Knack 3. It's all there. Yeah. So that's
whatever.
That.
We're not going to be here long enough.
No, we're
not going to be. We're not going to be around. Vegas isn't going to be around.
Don't say that.
Yeah, no, we should go. I would love to go.
If any place is going to be around, it's going to be Las Vegas.
It's going to be Las Vegas. No, I want to go. We should go.
I just really want to get. I want to leave a dumb TED Talk, and I want to get one of those 5 foot tall.
A Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday, and I want to ride the roller coaster in New York so many times that I throw up on Phil Spencer.
That sounds great. That sounds like a freaking treat.
And this is gonna suck. Whatever this is,
it's gonna be the most dire. It's not for people.
No, it's not.
This is another convention on the convention circuit that like props up a bunch of businesses that that aren't real.
Right.
And it's just another place for someone with a lot of money to go cheat on his wife.
Yeah.
That's all it is. The adultery business is booming through the ESA.
Yeah, the cheating's good there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cheating you can do in Vegas that's allowed.
Yes.
And this is some of it.
So that's iicon. Everyone's going. VGBs, we're all going together. Amped. Everyone's super excited. And you mentioned it. I can't remember if we had started recording yet, but Grand Theft Auto 6 will indeed be released this year in the fall of 2025. Rockstar and Take-Two did their financial earnings report this afternoon, and it was previously slated for this window, but this is around the time that a publisher would normally decide to delay something. And I think everyone kind of had this circled as maybe something that would get delayed, but apparently it won't be. That is not to say that come summer, this does not get delayed, because we saw this with Assassin's Creed Shadows. They were really close to getting out the door, and now it was months and months of delays. So, yeah, but I don't know. This seems pretty solid, and it's one of those things that is the rare game that I think needs a lot of space between it and whatever you're doing as a game developer. This is one of those games that's going to eat the conversation. So if you are thinking about making a game and releasing it in the fall, I would think about either pushing it up or back. That's all I'd say.
Have you heard of 2026? It's pretty good.
Well, Niki thinks we won't be here at all, but if we are, it's a great year.
April 27th, 2026 is a great time to release your video game.
It's a great year.
Yeah, it's good insofar as like we now don't have to do this again. We don't have to do the cycle again, which is huge.
We don't have to do this for another decade at least, which is great.
Thank Christ. And now, will they release it every year between now and when they release the next one?
I guess absolutely. They will.
You think?
Yeah, because we're going to get this at the very end of the PlayStation and Xbox Series lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, life cycle.
Yeah.
And, we'll absolutely get some sort of fucking remaster on the PS6. And what do you think the next Xbox is going to be called?
I think they're just going to call it the Xbox. And I think they should just call it. This is why they're not going to do it. It should just be Xbox and then the year in parentheses. Like a car. Like a car, John. Just call it.
What if they call it the Xbox 2?
That would be so funny. It would be really funny if they called it the Xbox 2. But I don't think they're going to call it the Xbox 2. What would they call it? Like, they're out of... That's the thing. They've worked themselves into such a shoot. They didn't just call... The 360 was so good. 360 and they couldn't just call the next one the Xbox 3.
Right.
Which is what they should have done.
They called it the One, which is honestly a lot crazier than I think people... Like, I remember people thought it was crazy at the time, but it's still crazy. It's still... weird. And then
the original Xbox, and then they got rid of the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Just call it the Xbox 5.
Call it the Xbox 5.
What if they just called it the 5?
No Xbox, just the 5?
No, because they can't call it the 5 because then Sony will be on 6.
Right.
And people are stupid.
That's
probably why they got into the PlayStation situation, because the number was going to be smaller anyway.
Yeah.
That's probably why they named it 360, because 360 is more than 3.
Xbox Experience. Xbox
2.
Xbox 2. It might be it.
It might be Xbox 2. I don't know what they're going to call it. There's no good option. They don't have a good option. The best option is they call the one that goes into your TV the Xbox, and the one that goes in your hands the Xbox handheld.
Do you think there's a chance that they get more like they get more abstract with it? They call it like the Xbox Verdugo or something like that.
And that I think is the move, right? Is you separate yourself. The Xbox is the bubble.
Right.
And the thing is called the thing.
Right.
So they do go the car way, and they have the Corolla and the Yaris.
Mm-hmm.
And they're related, but one is the small one is the big one.
Yeah.
That probably is actually the smarter move. That whatever the code name is for it ends up being
stick with it. Yeah.
For it. Because Durango was way cooler than Xbox One X.
Yes.
So maybe they should do that.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Or was it Scorpion? Which one was Scorpion? Was Scorpion the One X? Durango was the Xbox One. I'm looking. It's going to annoy me. Don't worry, John.
Xbox.
The Durango was the Xbox
One. Yeah, that's the one.
And then the Scorpion was the One X. Scorpio. Sorry. Yes. Project Scorpio. Yes. And then Xbox Series code name Oh, the fucking shit names. Brooklyn and Elwood.
Oh my God. Brooklyn and Elwood?
Yeah, those are the
Microsoft Brooklyn. The Xbox Brooklyn. That's rough. Yeah.
But according, I'm reading an article now, and in that article, there's that from the leak question mark. I don't even know if it was a leak or if it was just from Discovery from the
family
trial.
was also called the Scarlet. I remember that now.
Scarlet, yes, yeah. yes. Call it Potato Town.
Xbox Potato Town.
Okay, just a big green box.
Xbox is everywhere, but this winter we're bringing you the biggest advancement in Xbox technology. It's the Xbox Potato.
Xbox Potato.
It's the Xbox Tater.
Xbox
Sarah
Tater
Bond's
is
here
good.
To tell you more about the Xbox Tater.
Okay, I'm on Microsoft.com now.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to name it something else. They're going to name it something else that's not Xbox. It's going to be the Xbox proper noun.
I think so too, because they fucked up so bad with Series X.
Yeah, they've worked themselves into a corner.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's fine. You'll click on the Xbox button on the website and it'll show you like they're just going to pick a proper noun. Yeah. It's Surface.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. It's what they have is the Surface Pro and the Surface Laptop on the Surface side. Xbox Pro.
Oh.
Xbox Pro and Xbox Go, John. Xbox Pro and Xbox Go. We've done it. Folks, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the VGB's podcast. We'll be back next week. We'll both have the Xbox Pro and the Xbox Go ready to unbox live for you today. Thank you so much. Today, tomorrow, next week.
Yeah, no, Xbox Pro, Pro I hate, but I get it. Xbox Go is really good.
The Xbox Go kind of goes.
Xbox Go is pretty good.
And that could be the tagline. The Xbox Go kind of goes. And then they play No Flex Zone. Can you get out of here?
No. Niki's evicting Barley.
She's too hot.
I know, I get that. Dogs, even little dogs, very hot.
Oh, she's upset. Now I feel bad.
Oh, sorry, baby puppy. All right, Niki's fixing the Barley situation. Barley's back. Guess who's back? Back again.
What do you think they're going to be called?
I don't know. Xbox Applesauce. Oh,
that's a good name.
That's pretty good.
Good idea.
Good idea, Barley. Sweet baby. All right. A patent filed by Nintendo has all but confirmed that the Joy-Con will have some sort of a mouse functionality. The words of the description of the input device is as follows. This input device comprises a front surface, an upper surface, a first side surface,
what
a second
are
side
you
surface,
saying?
A direction input unit, a first upper surface button, and a sensor for mouse operation. The first side surface is on one side in the left-right direction. This is how patents are written. The second side surface is on the other side of in the left-right direction. The direction input unit is provided on the front surface, blah, 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 blah. The sensor mouse operation detects reflected light from a detected surface, and the light changing by moving over the detected surface in a state in which either the first side surface or the second side surface is placed on the detected surface. Fuck.
Are you good? Are you done?
There's some diagrams and stuff. You can go check it out on Polygon.
It looks like they turned the Joy-Con on its side.
It is just Joy-Con on its side. The second image absolutely looks like a sex toy that is being palmed in your hand and ready to put up against some genitalia. But yeah, there's some fun diagrams in there. And I guess the Switch Joy-Con will be a mouse, as rumored, as suspected. as more or less confirmed by the trailer itself, but now confirmed by patent. So that's something that we'll see. I still don't get it. What is that going to be used for?
Clicking, John.
You think it's like for putting like strategy games on?
Yeah, it's going to make Civ way easier.
Well, sure.
I think it will be in a unique power profile where they're going to want shitty RTS games that nobody gives a shit about on there.
Yeah.
They're going to sell an easy 500,000 copies somehow.
Yeah, if Frostpunk goes multi-platform, then the places that you're allowed to use a mouse are probably going to be more successful.
Yeah.
So,
it also makes it easier for devs because they don't need to work on controller. Like, they almost are still going to definitely have to work on controller support, but like, I don't know. I think it will be used in 3 things that Nintendo makes. They will then forget about it.
Right.
And that's okay. I think they're allowed to do that.
Yes.
The other one had a camera on it too. The IR camera, and it worked in 2 games.
Yeah. It's an interesting idea. Good. We'll see how far they take it. I mean, I kind of hope it's not something that they shoehorn into a lot of their first party titles, like a gimmick. I think they're at their weakest when they try to do that sometimes. But
also like the Mario game didn't use the IR camera. So like,
no, it didn't.
Neither did Zelda.
It didn't.
So I don't think they will make 2 gimmick video games about it.
Yeah. Yep.
So
this week, a new game came out called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And if that sounds familiar, it's because the first one was made by that team that was super into Gamergate and also was like, there are no non-white people in medieval times. And that was goofy as fuck. But now the sequel's out and everyone fucking loves it, which is really wild. Niki, you and I watched a long trailer on this and some other, one of, I think it was IGN's video review. This game looks
not for
kind
me.
of mid to me. It's a little not for me. But if you were interested in a brand new open world RPG where you can like smell bad and people will notice because they just love,
that's awesome.
The vibes. It's interesting. So this got way more attention than I expected it to. Not that this shit matters, but it's got like an 88 on Metacritic or whatever. So it's a very, very well reviewed game. It's probably it's best reviewed game of the year so far. It probably will be for a few months. Probably until Monster Hunter that comes out in a few weeks. Are you interested in playing this at all?
No.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me. Like, actually, I don't want to. I'll play Eternal Strands faster than I'd play this. Which is like, I don't mean to say it's denigrate Eternal Strands as a game I don't like. I would rather play Eternal Strands, a game that seems like it's going to do something interesting in the RPG format than this, which just seems like another one of these.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been compared.
I don't like games where the hallmark of it is like this other thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it kind of does nothing for me.
It's very similar to Skyrim and also The Witcher in its structure, but it's in a much more grounded,
and that's boring.
Magical.
That's boring.
Yeah. It's definitely boring for me.
Yeah, the whole point of these spaces is like, or of playing in these spaces is to like have it be fantastical.
Yeah.
And like, if the reality of it is you can not clean yourself and you'll smell bad and people will say like, oh, awesome. Cool.
Thank you so much. Thank you, game, for allowing me to be a stinky boy. But this is out now. If you want to check it out, I don't know. If you played it, let me know what you think. I am curious. Every single clip I see kind of convinces me this is not my cup of tea, and also the combat looks pretty agonizing to me.
God, it looks miserable.
It does look kind of wild. So I don't know, but a lot of people really are enjoying it. So
1 million people at least have purchased it.
Yeah, it's popular. It has done well, which is wild. One of the Nvidia's new graphics cards, the 5080, was put up on Newegg yesterday and sold out in the first like couple of minutes. These cards are still really expensive, and they probably won't get cheaper anytime soon. And now they're back ordered, and you have to sign up for updates to be able to purchase one of these again. It's crazy what's going on with graphics cards again.
Yeah, just buy an Xbox, whatever.
I know some people who have been like looking to update, and I'm like, I don't upgrade their systems, and I'm like, I don't know what I would tell them, honestly. If you're dealing with a system that's like 8 years behind where games are, then that's maybe I would understand that. But I'm at 5, and I'm not going to say my computer's doing good, but it's doing okay.
Yeah, no, I think you are, John,
I'm at the precipice.
Well, yeah, I think you are the last, and I actually do think you'll have like a couple of years on the graphics card that you have. But like mine was the last one of the last generation. You are on the first one of this current quote unquote current generation. Mm-hmm. So like you're still grandfathered in on a lot of stuff, but I have a 2060. You have a 30 series in there, right?
I have a 4080, I think.
Oh, okay.
So I'm good.
Oh, you're fucking fine then. Whatever. Fuck me then. I've got a fucking horse in there.
Do I have a 4080? I might have.
There's no way you have I think you have a 3080.
I have a 3080.
Because the 4080 came out last year.
Yeah, I know you're right. No, I'm an idiot.
I mean, you might. I don't know.
No. You're right. I definitely have a 3080. I don't know why. I was like, what's so funny is that I knew that already, because when I was looking at all these different cards yesterday, I was looking for a 4 series, and I was like, why are these so fucking expensive? I don't remember.
No, they don't.
It's because
they're not cheaper.
They're not cheap. It stinks.
Yeah. I don't know. Just buy. I don't know. Just buy a Switch.
Buy a Switch.
Like, I don't know. If you can't play it on there, you probably don't need to.
Just buy a Switch.
That's how I feel.
Oh no, Niki, I have a 2080.
Oh, now you're quiet. Now you're silent.
I'm silent?
Oh, my earbuds. Oh my fucking
God. Niki's headphones have died again. Hello? And we gotta figure it out somehow.
Hold on.
Niki's headphones have died again.
Bluetooth device.
Because
system.
Niki's been using the headphones all day.
Why
and
are
now
disconnect?
The headphones have died. The headphones have died. Niki's headphones have died. Niki is not fixing the headphone issue. Niki's just kind of looking at their options and shaking their head.
Hello?
Now, hi, can you hear me? Okay.
Now I can.
Okay, good. No, I have a 2080, so I'm fucked. I should probably
have a 2080, so you're fucked.
Yeah.
You could just get, what if you got like a 3050?
That's probably,
those are like $200.
Yeah, that's then I have to crack this open.
It's probably not good enough. I think you need more than a.
Should I get a 5080?
40? Just go to no.
Yeah,
you need to buy a generator.
Quit trying to upgrade your graphics. You have to upgrade your life.
Just get a 4060 Ti.
God, why did I think I had so
we got our
much
computers
more?
In the same, like,
I guess we did,
cycle.
And it was 5 years. It was 5 years ago. I built this machine 5 years ago.
Yeah, mine is 6 years old. Mine was already old when I bought it because it was deeply on sale. And I bought it at the end of 2019.
Yeah. Crazy.
When does the 5070 come out? What if you just got one of those? That one's only $600.
I mean, that's not bad. It's certainly an upgrade over what I have.
Yeah.
And they have smaller form factors now, I think, because the 2080 is huge, and the 3s and the 4s were also big.
The 5070s ship next week.
Okay.
And there's people in the comments are saying it's going to be a paper launch. So get fucked. They're not going to have any of them.
They're not going to have them.
So.
Damn. Too bad. That's all I've got for news. Not a ton of like.
What about
news.
no? There's like no. There's gonna be
pretty much nothing happened.
No, there's a trailer for Death Stranding is coming out. Hideo Kojima tweeted the premiere timeline.
Oh, we do have a release date for Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Yes, that's also happening. That's in August.
That's in August. There's going to be an Ape Escape tie-in again because they love that. And that game, I gotta say, they've done a good job of making that game look pretty good.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Apparently, the third-person mode moves it to feel more like Metal Gear Solid 5 than anything else.
That's good. That's good news.
They said, which is pretty exciting. I'm really excited for that game
because that's the best feeling Metal Gear Solid.
One of those, yeah. Because it feels like a real video game.
It feels like a real video game.
And they're making a quote AAA Castlevania, whatever that means.
Yes, that is a big deal. There's not really been a super high profile Castlevania game in a long time, and for it to be, like if it's gonna like look like something like a Metal Gear Delta, then that'll be very interesting.
What do you think? Is it a Bloodborne?
Yeah, I would imagine Castlevania would be a. Ooh, man. My honest guess is that they make it their attempt to do something like Elden Ring.
So it's bigger than a Bloodborne.
It's bigger than a Bloodborne. It would make sense that it was just a Bloodborne because then they could have it kind of be all in one castle, which is kind of the fucking thing.
The whole point.
I don't think they can help themselves. I think they'll try to make it bigger. I think they'll try to make it bigger because if that's their first foray into a serious AAA Castlevania game, I bet they will not hold back on it.
They should make it a Bloodborne. And it should be all in the same building.
I agree. I think that'd be more interesting. Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess it would be
also,
okay
it still could be like AAA and have it not be a million hours long.
That'd be great.
Big.
I would love that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I just think that Konami, once they get this boring shit out of the way, they should go back to what really made them money.
Pachinko.
Just Boktai. No, we were close. You were close.
Okay.
Boktai. They get Kojima back in. They get Kojima back in. They smooth it out and they say, listen, I know you don't want to touch Metal Gear 10-foot pole. Police knots, whatever, who cares? But like Zone of the Enders, who gives a shit? What you really, really want is more Boktai.
Mm-hmm. Did you actually like Boktai? I can't remember.
No, I love that game. That game is actually great. Yeah. That was the first Kojima game that I played.
Sure.
I didn't realize he made anything else. I was like, this guy rules. And then I found out about Metal Gear.
How do they deal with that on emulation?
On telephone, it just uses the light sensor in the phone.
Okay.
Like 1-to-1.
Okay.
And then on the computer, you have to put in a code. And you have it's like you can either like have it to be on a cycle where it does it, or you like just can pin it. Okay. Yeah, or you can pin it at a certain light level, but that's not as fun.
Yeah.
But on what is the iOS emulator on? What's that one called?
Delta?
Delta, yes. It just works. Like you download the ROM and then it uses the light sensor on the phone to determine the sunlight.
It just works.
It just works. Just like Steve would have wanted.
It just works. Yeah.
But it's not a great game to emulate on the PC.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like
because of that.
Seems bad.
Which kind of sucks.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense though.
Yeah.
Have you been playing anything? You've been playing Citizen Sleeper 2, huh?
Citizen Sleeper 2, which is a visual novel.
Yes.
Where you sometimes roll dice.
Yes.
And I'm
the first one was not that long ago, and they were quick with the second.
They kind of just kept going. Not, and I don't really know anything about the first one, but it doesn't really seem. It just seems like they had to just write some more. I don't know if there are any particularly new systems or anything, but it is also deeply not like a systems game. It's roll the dice.
Right.
Sometimes stuff happens to the dice. There are classes that are better at some skills and worse at others. I like the game a lot. It's really well written. The art is really good. The music is incredible. It is like vibes and tonally really aligned with itself and really knows what it is trying to say. I think there are parts of it where it is a video game where it really feels like a really easy stuff is missed in the part of it where it is a video game. I don't think it tells you what you need to do next very well.
Okay.
And it also it lets you waste time in a way that is doesn't feel good. Like it doesn't feel like I'm wasting time in getting stuff. It feels like I spent 30 minutes and burned through an entire cycle. So the days are in this game are called cycles. And early in the game, this is not particularly a spoiler, but early in the game, you are being chased, and you need to leave the place before the person who is chasing you gets you.
Right.
I got stuck because there was no indication anywhere on the map that I needed to leave the station that I was at. No, nothing told me this. And I just was kind of clicking and rolling these dice and doing these things, and the number just kept going up. And I was like, oh, maybe once I hit this cap, it will maybe I actually finished this stuff early, because there are ways. It is, what am I trying to say? I'm losing my train of thought a little bit. It is possible to complete tasks out of order.
Okay.
You can complete a big task before you complete the small tasks on the way, depending on the order that you approach them in. So just before dump truck, I completed a big task on a contract, and they still were like, okay, well, you have extra turns left. You can go back and finish these sub-tasks.
Yep.
I thought I was in a situation where I had completed the big task and was still able to complete small tasks until that timer ran out and it was time for the plot to progress.
Got it.
In actuality, I needed to leave where I was and had the opportunity to leave where I was, but the game never told me via UI or anything else that I could leave or should go somewhere. And then the timer ran out and it was not a good situation. The thing that happened to me was not good. And I didn't feel like it was narratively earned because I had the opportunity to leave.
Right.
The game just didn't tell me that I could. And at no point was it hey, you can go.
Yep.
Or you don't need to continue to work in the library, which is just what I was doing. I was just rolling dice and sorting through stuff. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, at some point,
something's
going to happen. Something's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
And then something did happen. Very bad thing happened. And I was like, I didn't feel good to me.
Yeah, I didn't feel
And I don't know. So that's that. I think this game makes me feel less like I hate the people who made it.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike a Disco Elysium. And the reason I dropped off of that is because I got it. There is a pretension to Disco Elysium that I cannot fucking stand. And this game has some of it. I need to be so clear. This game uses words that people don't use.
Yeah.
And has a stick really far up its own ass about how important the capital T, capital M, the medium is.
Sure.
But it is less. It is less than Disco Elysium.
Yeah. So you don't get the sense, unlike Disco Elysium, that everyone who ever made it is kind of one of the most obnoxious people ever.
People on the whole fucking planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't get that sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, I don't get that. Do I want to hang out with these people? Probably not. But I don't get the sense that they are repulsive, which is the sense that I got from the Disco Elysium situation. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. The soundtrack is legitimately phenomenal. Listen to it separated from the context of the video game. Good. which is really nice. I think that it's a beautiful game. It's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. And it's because it's not really doing much. It's like it's visual novel, like portraits, and then these like really low poly, but like lovingly rendered 3D sets that you kind of are navigating through like by scrolling or by clicking. And because the whole game takes in space, every single person is in 0G. So like nobody's ever standing in their portraits. They're all kind of like legs up a little bit and they're floating, which is a really nice touch. If you zoom, there's one station that is really tall. And if you zoom, as you zoom, like, or scroll through it, the different levels, like the audio, there's different volumes, right? So like if you get to like the Undercity, it sounds different than if you are in the middle of it where like the regular town is and the hustle and bustle there. And if you get all the way up to the top of this, like the communication spire, it's just silent, like it's space level silent, and you get like occasional beeps as stuff flies past. So like the environmental stuff is really, the ambiance, I should say, is really nice. And I have no idea what's going to happen in it, which is really fun. Like at no point does it feel predictable, and it's because I have no idea what's going to go on. And yeah, I think that's all I have on it.
It seems great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people I know who really love the first one, love the second one. A lot of people never touched the first one or still getting into this one.
I didn't play the first one.
It's on my list.
Yeah, I don't think you need to. You're a different person.
Yeah.
And I think there was something that was initially off-putting to me. I was like, oh, should I play the first one? And then I was like, actually, I don't know if I care.
Right.
Like, it honestly kind of is on the person making the video game to make it worthwhile if it's my first one. Mm-hmm. It's actually not on me to dedicate more time. It's not on me to dedicate twice as much time to it. It's on the people making the video game to make it worth my while if it's my first one. Totally. So I kind of took the leap, and I think they're so far doing a good job.
Good job. I still need to pick that up. I've got it in my library, and
great steamed egg game.
Yeah, steamed egg. It seems like a good kind of like nighttime steamed egg game for me.
It's also it works on Mac, which is huge for me actually.
Wow.
So like I have put it on Steam, so I'm like bouncing between my personal computer and playing it, and then playing it on my laptop on the couch, which is really
amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Let's see, what have I been doing? I've been playing Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O, which got its official release earlier in January. There was a beta toward the end of last year. Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O is the Steam only version of Virtua Fighter 5. It is basically the Ultimate Edition. So ranked matches versus arcade, it's pretty bare bones. It's not like the original release of Virtua Fighter 5, which had that kind of cool quest mode. It's just stripped back like Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate, really focuses on the versus, ranked match online matchmaking aspect of it. It's got some extra bells and whistles. It's got rollback net code. So after, I think, a pretty disastrous couple of first days, when I was playing it on both my Steam Deck and wired on my PC, I did not really experience any sort of big issues. It was quick to connect to matches. And
that's great.
And I've like settled into a groove with my main Jeffrey, and it's kind of fun to customize, and there's some fun Tekken 7 customization crossover stuff, which is kind of neat. I don't know why it's Tekken 7, but it is. It's not the new shit, but whatever. I love Virtua Fighter so much. If you've never played a Virtua Fighter game, and you are interested in 3D fighters, I definitely recommend it. It is, like a lot of people say, it is a little more strategic. It is a little slower. It is a little more deliberate. It is something that you need to be conscious about your defense and your movement in a way that I feel like Tekken you don't really have to. I make a lot of jokes about how Virtua Fighter is so much better than Tekken, and I do like it better than Tekken. But the truth is that they are very different sides of a similar coin, which is it's 3D fighters with big characters that kind of jump out at you. Tekken does it in this like enormously neon in your face kind of techno fantasy way. And it's just a louder, bigger, weirder fighting game than Virtua Fighter is. Virtua Fighter is grounded.
Virtua Fighter is real.
Some read that as boring. I read it as much more like a sport to me than Tekken. Tekken, when I watch high level Tekken players, this is my assessment. And it could be fucking wrong. So if you're like a Tekken diehard esports person, tech head, and you're listening to this, like, you can correct me. I don't give a shit. Like, I might be wrong. But when I watch high level Tekken players, I just see bullshit, honestly. Like, I just like, it's borderline illegible to me when I watch high level Tekken play. Virtua Fighter high level Tekken play is always going to be legible. And that's why I kind of compare it more to a sport, which has that legibility thing going for it. So definitely not for everyone, but if you've never played a Virtua Fighter game, this is a really good one. If you have everything at your disposal and you really want to try a Virtua Fighter game that I think is even better for single player and kind of really actually hones in more on that kind of stuff that I really like about it, Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution or Revolution, it's Revolution, for PlayStation 2 is outstanding. It's still probably my favorite fighting game ever, but Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O. is very good. I've been enjoying it very much.
4 came out on the PlayStation 2 and then there was not a 5 until now? Today's?
No. So that is no. So the R.E.V.O. of 5 is basically, when did it come out? I think it was 2012.
What?
Was when the original Virtua Fighter 5 came out? Oh no. Oh wow. Niki. Have you looked it up? Don't look it up.
No, I haven't. 19.
When you think it was 19?
Yeah.
When Virtua Fighter 5 came out?
Yeah.
2006.
Holy shit. Wait. Hold on.
Arcade came out in 2006. And then PlayStation 3 was 2007.
So it's Xbox a PS3 game.
It was a PS3 game, then a 360 game. Then Ultimate Showdown was the kind of the ultimate version that was in 2021. And now Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O. is this brand new one. So it's got 4K visuals, it's got rollback, it's got some balance changes.
But it's still fundamentally the game from 2006.
Fundamentally, yes. It's got the same characters. It's got, did I say the same characters? I think only, okay, so Virtua Fighter 5 R is the game that came out in 2008. And that's where they added Taka Arashi and Jean Cujo. Now, Jean is a brand new character who's like a judoka, I think. And or it's like a French full contact karate fighter. That's right.
Okay.
Taka Arashi is the sumo wrestler that they put in 3, and then they took him out for 4, and then they put him back in. They put him back because it's fun.
So the game's old, but they're making a 6.
They are making a 6.
They announced that recently.
Yes, and it looks like it is taking place in the future. So Akira is kind of your poster boy for Virtua Fighter. When they showed him in this, he looks old. They have also shown someone named, what's her name? Virtua Fighter 6, Sarah? But they called her something else.
Oh, they called her. Oh, I remember this.
Stella.
There was like
Stella.
Yes.
They call her Stella, and my guess is a lot of people are like, "Oh, maybe she was brainwashed." Like, no, this is like Sarah's kid because she looks really young, and Akira looks old. So I think it's gonna have a pretty revamped cast. I think Virtua Fighter 6 is gonna be their Street Fighter 3.
Car gonna be in it?
I hope so. That'd be really neat.
God, they should put Hornet in it.
They should put Hornet in it. I totally agree. But I think this is going to be like Street Fighter 3 in that it's a big time jump and a lot of the roster you actually like aren't there, which like, I'm going to say something that is blasphemous to Virtua Fighter people, but like if there's one thing that I think you could do, it is probably revamp that roster to be just slightly more interesting in a way that Tekken
for
is
sure.
interesting.
Some people they've got in Tekken, they've got a Catman and a bear.
They've got a bear. They've got some robots. They've got they have a lot of stuff. And it's, to me, it's a little bit too much, but I think Virtua Fighter could go a little bit more in that direction. And I think probably attract some new fans.
Yeah.
So, so
I'm praying for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I'll go to church this Sunday when they pass the plate around. I'll say, I'll grab it and I'll take it for myself. And I'll say, this is for Virtua Fighter 6. And then I'll walk out.
What? I mean, no one would say anything. They would just be like,
thing, right?
In fact, someone might do a mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someone might do like an amen. Like someone might do that.
But it depends entirely on what you spend the money on, right?
Right.
If you take the plate and you immediately take it to the children's hospital and say, this is for a new eye for Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think you're kind of in the clear. Everyone understands. God understands. If you do anything else with it, I think you might get got as soon as you leave the church.
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense. You play anything else?
Eternal Strands a little bit more. I have I'm in that second.
I would like to go back to that, but the combat never felt good to me. So I'm kind of
it's because it doesn't feel very good. I like the people, like the characters seem good.
Characters are cool.
And I do wonder if this is a situation where like it doesn't. I don't even know how long it is.
Are you looking at time to beat? Time to beat.
Wow, it would be cool if fucking any of the buttons on the keyboard worked. Command Control T. What is this? 15
hours.
Oh, that's fine.
And 24 hours if you're doing everything. Completion is 38. Yeah.
I won't be. I'm going to credits and then I'm stopping because that's when the end of the game is.
That's fair.
Got other stuff to do.
That's fair.
John, did you know that I don't own Super Mario Odyssey?
No. What?
I think I got that game on cartridge, and then that was a million years ago.
So you've lost it.
So yeah, either I lost it or I gave it to my sister, or I gave the number of people who I could have been like, oh, you don't have Odyssey, you can have this.
Yeah.
Between then and now is really big. And guess how much Nintendo wants for it still?
They still want $60.
They still want 60 American dollars for it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a lot.
It is crazy, but what's so funny is that I'm like when they keep their really good games at full price, I'm kind of like kind of
good for you. No,
like today,
it's still $60.
That's probably
it's still $60. It should just be if you've played it before, you could buy it for 30. Is how I feel. There should be some kind of check.
I was about to say
a save state check.
I don't know how they start instituting this without it just being full on DRM, which is also not what I want.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you put your cartridge in and you're like, I fired this up on my Switch and it like matches, it's like it should just like tattoo your Switch digitally to be like, yep, this one's there. Like we confirmed it.
You have this one.
You have it. And you should be able to re-download it. It'd be amazing. But
that would be great. But I get it. That's the whole point. Don't buy the games on cartridge.
Yeah.
If you don't want this to happen to you.
Just don't do it.
So instead, John, guess what I did?
What did you do?
I updated Animal Crossing New Horizons all the way. So I might just start playing Animal Crossing again.
Wow. I've not touched
because
that
I
game.
lost
since we were doing like little projects and things on stream at Fanbyte
at the beginning of the pandemic.
I haven't really touched it since like that summer.
I lost my island when I was transferring stuff from the Switch original to the SWOLED because there were like 6 steps that they don't tell you about specifically for Animal Crossing that when you want to move that stuff over, you have to do. Obviously, it didn't work when I did it, even though they have whatever. So I don't have my island anymore. So I would be starting from scratch. The thing about it is that then I'd have to play an Animal Crossing game from the beginning.
Yeah, which is...
And like conceptually, I don't know if that's particularly good, especially now that we are 5 years out from the last Animal Crossing and we are closer to the next Animal Crossing than we are to that one.
Yep.
And I don't know if I start playing Animal Crossing again and then they announce another one at the end of this year, if I will have burned myself out.
Yeah, if you'll have God of War yourself into
which is, can you believe, John, that they made a second God of War
game? They made
a
second one. And
that's crazy.
I was like, I got to play the first one again to gear up for it. And I started the second one.
I had a great time.
I loved that first game. And then I started playing the second one. I was like, I just did this, huh?
I just did this. Did this. Listen, in 2028, which is probably when I will play God of War 2, it's going to go crazy for me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to go insane for me. No, I don't think they're going to make a third one.
I think you're right.
I think that was the whole thing. The whole point was that they...
It seemed like a good send-off for that stuff. I was going to say something about something else I've been playing. Fuck. You brought up Mario.
Animal Crossing.
Is
it on your Switch?
No, I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom on my Switch.
I did the same thing with that. It's also it is about to be time for me to play Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
because I did the same thing.
It got there for me now.
Breath of the Wild.
I've been putting like 2 hours a week into Tears of the Kingdom for the past few weeks.
Should I start Tears? I'm like maybe 15 hours into Tears of the Kingdom. Should I start it over?
I'd start it over.
Fuck.
That's not far enough. I think you should start it over. I will say the beginning, the Sky Island stuff is not good. It's a much worse beginning tutorialization than
which is fine. Like it's much more complex.
It is much more complex.
Much more complex. So like I
remember what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about me playing Marvel Rivals for the very first time.
Oh yeah, we did that yesterday.
We did that on stream, twitch.tv/VGBs. If you want to check out, we do streams every once in a while. Definitely every Tuesday morning, but also sometimes Wednesday evenings where we play games. We did play a few rounds of Marvel Rivals, a game that was described to me and looks like an Overwatch from 2016. That's why I was so interested in it. I have to tell you, though, Niki, it is 100 times less legible to me than Overwatch.
It is. I don't like it very much. I think it is illegible.
Feels weird.
It feels not good.
I don't know why. So, case in point, I don't know why last night Iron Fist, first of all, in this one match where we were in, could not die, it seemed like, and could kill any of us in about 2 seconds.
Yes.
I did not, there was no moment where I was like, oh, I figured out why he can do that, and I know the counter to it. Now, am I bad at these games? Yes. So I want to be clear about that.
Sure.
But I found this to be an illegible mess.
I think there are too many characters. Like there are simply too many characters. Some of them do a lot and some of them don't do enough.
Anything, right?
Yes. And the game is not very good at because you can't read what is happening to you, and because it is 5v5 or 6v6 or whatever, and there are a billion other things happening, it is impossible to know what is going on. Early Overwatch was chaotic, but you knew what every character was doing, and it also like their visual identity explained explicitly what they did.
What they do.
The turret guy walked around, looked like a turret. When he sat down, he was a turret. And his job was shoot. And that's what he did. The man with the big shield, what he did was he held the shield out. And that's all he did. He had a hammer that he could hit stuff with, and he put the shield down. The sniper character sniped. And that's kind of it. All of the characters in Marvel Rivals are like combinations of like, Lotus put it so perfectly. It's like every Marvel Rivals character is a like a 50% combination of one Overwatch character, 30% of another, and then and then 20% of a League of Legends character.
Yeah.
And that 20% extra of League of Legends completely throws it all out because it makes it makes an environment where you have to put characters together. There's team up aspects, which is cool in concept, but like requires an understanding of the abilities that the game does not give you the opportunity to learn enough in a way that I just don't think it feels very good. It is a great game to hang out and chat and play.
Yes,
but I cannot see myself getting into it as much as I did with Overwatch, and it is simply because it is too complicated for its own good.
I would solo Overwatch. I would not. I would
and
not.
You could solo Overwatch. Like there is no. I have had explicitly a bad time with this game because up until recently I was only playing it by myself.
Yeah.
Because that's I played a lot of Overwatch by myself and was fine with it.
It was fun.
But you can't do that with this.
No.
I don't there's like there are simply too many characters in this game to know what is going on. My brain's not wired for it anymore. I played Overwatch when it was called Overwatch and it was 10 years ago.
It's just so much. And then like, it sounds silly in a way, but it's like, okay, 4 abilities. I'm like, okay, great. Well, this one's got 6 and this one's got 7.
Yes.
And I'm like, no. The beauty is like the edit, just like boost the capabilities of a couple of the, like for the one that has 7, boost the capabilities of a couple of them and just fucking give up on,
just get rid of the other
bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's just frustrating. Let's do Hive questions. Let's get out of here. Hive questions. You can ask us a question every single week over on our Discord, discord.gg/VGBs. You can join the Hive by going to VGBs.com/join. And for $10 a month or more, you can ask us a question every single week in the specific channel over on our Discord. We will answer them on the air. Lobik is our first question. Marvel has 3 movies coming out this year, Captain America, which is crazy. Captain America, Fantastic Four, and Thunderbolts. Will you be watching any of them?
What is Thunderbolts? Is the Suicide Squad?
Thunderbolts is basically the Suicide Squad with
I want to go see Captain America actually because I actually do want to see 2 out of these 3 flicks, which is crazy for me. I want to see how I'm watching Shrinking right now on Apple TV, which is great. I actually think it's crazy how much better Shrinking is than Ted Lasso. Same lad, but like it is like different worlds.
I wonder if he wrote season 2 of Ted Lasso and was like, I should make a show that's about therapy.
That's about therapy. Yeah. The soccer into
a thing about the soccer thing.
That's kind of honestly what it feels like because it's like the clarity of thought on Shrinking is so. Yeah. It's so much sharper.
Yeah.
I don't watch TV. That's how you know I'm not in a good zone, John. I'm voluntarily watching television.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford is in it.
Right.
And he does acting in it.
Yeah.
And you can tell that he's acting.
Right.
Which is fun because I think Harrison Ford is a fun guy. And I think he's good at acting.
And you know what? He does it. If you've watched him in a lot of the stuff he's done over the past decade, he hasn't been doing a lot of
acting. Yeah. So that's why I want to go see Captain America because he's the president.
He's in that.
And Hulk. But he's
Hulk,
red.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't understand what that could possibly be. And I want to know what their explanation for it is. Don't tell me. Because all I can tell is that he's just the Hulk, but red. And he's the president. And I know in my bones that man showed up every day collecting a check.
Oh,
and I want to watch him collect a check.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. And I think it's so beautiful that this 175-year-old man still has it in him to phone it in and do the job. Do you know how hard that is?
It's crazy.
Usually you get to that point, you can only do one of those anymore. You can't phone it in, or you can only do one. But I think he will have phoned this in. So I'm seeing 2 out of those 3.
So you're not seeing Fantastic Four.
No, I am seeing Fantastic. I don't give a shit about who gives a shit.
So you've kind of talked me into seeing Captain America just now. Because before my ranking was like, well, I'm definitely going to see Fantastic Four because it feels they'll never say it because it means that the last like 5 years of what they've done is just useless.
Useless, yes.
But they'll never say it. But it feels like the natural reset, of this whole thing, which not that we need the MCU in our lives, but if the MCU is to continue to exist, it desperately needed that moment. So I am excited to see kind of what that's going to be like. I did not think that trailer was very good, but I will go see that.
Galactus is in it. Did you know?
Galactus is in it. That's true.
From Fortnite.
And then honestly, I was also excited about Thunderbolts because kind of the same thing, but seeing Julia Louis-Dreyfus as like a weird, an alternate Nick Fury kind of person is kind of fun. And I like Sebastian Stan, and I like Florence Pugh because she does like talk about phoning it in. Like, man, she doesn't give a fuck about this stuff, but it's really funny that she's in there. And like I was kind of I wasn't into Captain America because the shit that they did in that show was so bad, I thought.
Yeah.
But
I didn't watch it, so I'm clean.
And I'm like, you know what? I could go into it acting like I hadn't seen any of that stuff, and I'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I think like I may see all 3 of them, which is strange.
Yeah, conceptually giving the Birdman the Captain America shield is fun.
Which is cool. Yeah.
That's just fun. Yeah. Like it's just goofy. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll watch them all on Disney Plus. I won't go into a building to go see them.
The only one I will go see is probably Fantastic Four. That's a good point. I don't know if I'm going to see any of these others.
Is that one going to be in Guymax?
I think so.
Is it real Guymax, Sean? Did they shoot it in Guymax?
I don't think
That's
so.
the thing. They keep putting movies in Guymax, and then they're not shooting them in Guymax. Yeah,
Nolan's the only one I really care about who does that stuff, I feel like. Destructonaut says, I recently found out that the team that did Ilo Milo did Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Then I found out that Snipper yep.
Really?
And then I found out that the Snipper Clips people did Crow Country. Have you had any
what? What do you mean?
Yeah. Have you had any moments of wait, these same people did these 2 things?
Yeah, just right now, 2 seconds ago, when I found out that the Elo Milo people are the Lorelei and the Laser Eyes people, and the Snipper Clips people are Crow Country. That's crazy. Good for them. That's range.
SFB Games did they did Snipper Clips, they did Tangle Tower, and they did Crow Country. And Crow Country is one of my favorite games last year.
I completely forgot about Snipper Clips, dude.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a good game. Snipper Clips was good. Game.
Yeah, that's a good studio. Like suddenly I'm like, wow, that's a studio I should actually be thinking about.
Yeah. Wow. What do you think that money was like? Probably not great.
Oh, really? You think?
I don't know. I literally have no idea.
I bet they got a pretty good deal for that. I bet they did. Yeah, I bet they got paid pretty well for that. I bet it funded some of this other stuff. I might be totally off base.
My reasoning as to why they didn't get a great deal is because if you asked Nintendo to talk about Snipper Clips now, they would never.
Yeah.
Right? But I also guess they aren't talking about ARMS either.
Yeah.
So like
ARMS. Remember when people were trying to make ARMS happen? There were people on my fucking timeline that were like, no, I think you should really just give ARMS a better chance. I'm like, no, that game fucking feels awful to play.
The thing about ARMS is that it is bad to play, but I think like
so bad.
I think it is like conceptually really interesting. Like it's fun.
Interesting, but it's really
interesting.
Bad.
The act of playing ARMS is not fun.
It feels bad.
They built a video game off of the Wii boxing, which is like there's not enough.
Now that's not a strong foundation.
No, not enough there.
That's not.
But I like every other part of ARMS that wasn't playing it.
Destructonaut. I'm I'm working on this answer because I certainly have. Oh, there'd have to be things like this in my life, but I am struggling. I mean, I think like
I have one.
What's yours?
The monkey ball people is the opposite people.
Yeah,
which I didn't know. Like I didn't put that together until like 2 years ago. Like
that's
for
pretty
real.
fun. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Sega AM2 people. I mean, it's like
Sure.
a lot of people making Daytona also made Virtua Fighter. I mean, that's just as crazy. But that wasn't like a surprise. It just is wild.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to actually think about this one. I'm going to give this a think because I know this has happened to me, but I can't immediately think of it. And I know it's like happened to me before in like TV shows and shit too, where I go, oh, I really like that show. Then I go back and I'm like, oh, they also made this other thing I really fucking love. Oops.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
that was you
that.
and Scrubs and Ted Lasso. Yeah.
Yeah, that was me and Scrubs and Ted Lasso. I was like, Ted Lasso is so good. They did Scrubs?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
That's
exactly what I said. Jason asked, has there been a video game equivalent of the Luca trade?
Oh man. We have to boil it down, right? Like boil down to a completely unforced error
that is also like shocking in its magnitude.
Yeah. Okay. That's a great baseline then.
Yeah.
And it also has to be they didn't need to.
Oh, killing Halo.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like, like killing Halo is crazy. Like when you think about Halo and the fact that as a brand, it is in the toilet right now.
Yeah.
That, I mean,
for no reason.
That's definitely one for me.
Yeah, that's a great one. Like NBA Live, not to like stick it with basketball, but like a complete, like
I've never seen anything like
Why'd you do that? Why would you why would you throw this away this way? You had the whole fucking game. You had it in your hands. And then you said, actually, we're just going to let 2K take it.
Yeah.
For what? I don't understand. I think that is still less a good example of this than I think Halo is.
It's relatively fresh, and it's also something that we've recorded almost 3 hours of podcast for at Fanbyte. But really, Cyberpunk's console launch is crazy that they took it off the store. Yes. And I think it's analogous in the sense that, like, on its face, that launch and taking it off the store was crazy and huge and really bad and an unforced error. But I will say, we didn't know at the time how it would end up. We didn't know
for sure
that they would take all that time and commitment
it would be
to make it
competent.
quote unquote better. I know you're like, no, it's never been good, but it is a much better game than it was then. And we don't know. Like, maybe the Mavs win a chip this year or next. They won't. Maybe the Lakers. I saw some asshole say that this makes the Lakers the favorite to win this year. No. Which I'm like, do
they watch basketball? Makes us way worse this year.
Way that y'all win the chip this year. There's no way. Even though I do think Luka's he's going to probably average 38 points a game, like for the rest of the season. It's going to be sick. I think.
Should I like sell my legs to go to this Mavs Laker game?
Or fly here for the one in April. The one in April is here. Yeah, that's Niki's real typing. Niki's looking at it right now. And Niki's
I'm going to open the laptop now.
Yeah, I don't know what tickets for that are going to be fucking insane. They're
gonna cost as much as Lakers Pistons
they will.
Or some shit.
It'll be ridiculous. But I think those are my answers. But that's a good question though. Okay. Sphinx asks, on a scale of who needs to know to banishment, how bad is letting someone use your rental car when you don't have additional drivers on the agreement?
Oh, who fucking knows? Like, nobody needs to know.
I think
Nobody
who needs to know. I think who needs to know is my answer, unless like, let's say my wife and I rent a car and then I go out with my friends and we get shit-faced, and one of them who is just slightly less drunk than all of us, like, that's obviously there are layers to that too, but it's like, that's bad. But this is a who needs to know.
Yeah, nobody needs to know. Don't even worry about it. $250 to get in the door.
I'll see what I could do.
April 9th.
I know some people that have seats, and I know give that.
John
shit
knows
away.
some, and you think they're gonna give them away?
They may not. Maybe they're not plugged in.
That would be the.
Maybe they're not plugged in. I'm like, God, I really want to go see. I want to go see a Laker game. And they're like, oh yeah, Anthony Davis and LeBron coming into town. I was like, yeah, that's right. Coming into town. Yeah.
They were not in Dallas.
They were not in Dallas before. Don't worry about it. That's funny. Papa Bear Zach has answered the question. Auto insurance agent here. This is extremely bad. Don't ever do this. All right. Well, fair enough.
Just don't tell anybody.
Just don't tell anyone. Okay. We have a few other questions.
Okay.
Jason asks, should I watch the animated Mario movie? I know Niki is an expert.
Fuck you. Yeah, you should. It's not bad. How old are you?
It's awful. It is so awful.
No, I think it's not good, but I think it's like it's helpful if you want to understand the place you live. Yeah, you should probably watch it.
Yeah,
it was the most popular movie in America. I think you should probably watch it to understand why.
My Hero Zero asks, you've just hard boiled a dozen eggs. 1, congratulations, Mr. Rockefeller, on your wealth. 2, what's your plan on how you eat them? Do you eat them plain? Do you prepare them further? Do you make them part of a larger recipe like potato salad, ramen, deviled eggs, blah, blah, blah?
Yeah, I'm probably turning them into other stuff. The idea of eating that many eggs is kind of crazy to me. I'm probably eating 2, and then the other 10 I'm turning into stuff.
My real answer is 6 of them are basically going to be like protein treats for me when I am trying to eat better. And then 6 of them are going to become deviled eggs for sure. For sure. I love it.
I think deviled eggs take too much effort.
Well, here's the thing, Niki. I agree with you in one very important sense. If you put those eggs in a bowl and mash them up,
that's it.
And then just put the ingredients for deviled eggs into that bowl.
Yeah.
You've made something called egg salad. And egg salad is just a deviled egg mushed up. That's all it is.
That's
true. I agree with you. It's much easier to make, and you can like spread it on a cracker.
Yeah, or just eat that.
It's good.
Like it's the putting it back. It also feels violent somehow.
It does. I agree with you. It feels you've emptied this orifice and now you're filling it back up.
It's like
I took this out and let's put it back in.
Yeah, I don't want to need that. It feels bad for me.
How's that feeling for you?
Pretty bad. I just want the eggs to be in a bowl that I can eat or on a Ritz cracker. 326 if I want to see the game on the 25th here at Staples.
Here? Okay.
Why is the Jazz game more expensive than the Timberwolves game?
Because everyone's like, it's Lori Mania.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Lori marketing. Let's go.
Yeah.
Can't stop talking about Lori. Excuse me.
I should go see the Spurs.
Yeah, you should. You should see Wemby. Definitely see Wemby. That'd be great. 2 more questions? No, 3. 3 more. 4 more. Let's do 4.
4 more. I got nowhere to be, John.
Oh no, you just woke up as Xehanort. Who do you have to Nort to make sure your plans come to fruition?
When you get Norted, you die.
I don't know. Do you
go somewhere? Like, do you still have like do you still have any effect if you've been Norded?
I don't know. Just realized now I don't know how Nording works. I mean, I know it's inhabiting. It's inhabiting. But what happens to the original?
What does Nording actually do from the Danger Dude on the Kingdom Hearts subreddit? Okay, I've had this question on my mind for a while now, but I've never found a satisfactory answer. In Birth by Sleep, Xenohort thrusts his heart into Terra, taking over him and controlling his body. This is where the term Nording came from. The reason for this is pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
Okay. He was getting old and wanted a new vessel.
Okay.
Xenohort later also does something similar to this in Kingdom Hearts 2, but it doesn't become a huge plot point until Dream Drop Distance. That's DDD, Dream Drop Distance, and Kingdom Hearts 3. He splits his heart into pieces and shoves each. I should play these games. He splits his heart into pieces and shoves each piece into one of the organization members, right? But what does it actually do to them? I've noticed zero differences between their usual selves and their Norded selves, except the yellow eyes. So that begs the question, what was the point? Why was Xenohort doing it? To control them? Well, no, we see each member has a will of their own and kind of does what they want throughout the game until the Keyblade Graveyard. Larkzine openly displays disgust at being Norded in a cutscene, and let's not forget Vex and Endemics leaving the organization on a whim. I take back what I said. To monitor them, maybe he does see through their eyes. If he did, he is either an idiot who let Demyx, Saix, and Vexen betray him, or he simply doesn't care. He never tried to prevent it or give any hints that he even knows about the situation. Wasn't the whole point of the new organization to get the best and most trusted members together? Well, clearly Xenohort's judgment is awful, as he allowed as he allowed himself to be betrayed by 3 of them. Okay, all right, maybe the reason is more long-term. Ooh, maybe it would be cool if it's a backup plan for if he falls and dies. Fails and dies.
He falls and dies. Like Mitch
McConnell. For if he fails and dies, the pieces of his heart can remain in the remaining numbers, and he can secretly live on inside of, in Kingdom Hearts 3 ending, everyone's eyes return to normal, so their Nording just expired. So what is the point? Why make it a plot device? Why make it a big reveal that he's turning everyone into Xenohort if it doesn't actually do anything except give them cool darkness contact lenses?
So pretty much everyone's working themselves into realizing Kingdom Hearts is bad.
Yeah, I don't think it does anything.
It doesn't anything. So I would Nort Saquon Barkley.
That's a great shot, because it does seem like you do get some of their powers.
You do get some of their powers, I think. So
that'd be great.
I think that.
Are you going to Nord him this week? Can you wait a week?
No, I'll wait a week. for sure. Yeah. Wait till Monday morning.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to. God, can you fucking imagine?
Yeah, that'd be really funny.
He balls the fuck out, and then the next day he goes into the mirror and he looks in the mirror and his eyes are yellow, and he's like,
what the fuck? What happened?
Meanwhile, you're backwards hurtling over dudes in the fucking grocery store.
No one could stop me. I'm going to win the MVP next year.
Trucking kids through the HEB.
Totally. Oh my God. It'd be so good. All right. You're into, this is Bone Chug Actual. You are in the world of Death Stranding. Which personal friend are you making your BB? Who's going for a ride in your future baby Bjorn? Good question. Barley.
Barley gets to come.
Yeah. I'd probably do Ravioli Boy, but Niki would be pretty funny.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm in there? Yeah, that would be pretty good.
It'd be pretty funny.
That'd be pretty good if I was in there.
That'd be pretty funny.
Do they talk? The baby?
I think in my world they do.
Okay, yeah, I'm in there.
Because if they don't, that would be way weirder.
It would be really weird if I was
trapped in the liquids.
Suspense.
So yeah, if it's just no talking, it's definitely Barley. I mean, it's definitely Ravioli for me.
But if I can talk, I'm in there. I'm getting in the soup.
Yeah, you're getting in there.
Remember when they mailed us that game in the mail?
Yes, I do. And we took it over to a different place and played it on a Roku TV. I remember that. All right, we got 2 more questions. Dan Berlin asking, how do you get the sports ball crowd to realize that sports are good, cool, fun, etc.? Some people are poisoned. Okay, so just know that there are some people who, there are some people who have been touched by some toxic aspect of sports that is genuinely toxic, and it is hard to pull them back from that. And I acknowledge that. I don't think you need to be a sports ball person if that's happened to you, but I do think I acknowledge that happens to some people. I think inviting them to an event.
Yeah, I think like really, and it's so specific, the thing that you have to take them to, though. Like you have to take them into an environment where they aren't going to see. There are going to be people who are annoying and shitty at every sporting event, because that's just how it goes. It's law of large numbers. But you have to be very good about like
take them to
curating it.
Take them to like a women's sports thing.
Yeah, go to the WNBA game.
Like honestly, if
you have access to an NWSL game,
like the least rancid vibe of a live sporting event I've ever been to is probably that Wings game I went to, and I was like, everyone's really cool and really diverse crowd, and they were loud about the diversity, which was fun.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of a fun, exciting thing, and they would show videos of like, it was Arika Gumbawale's like. She just became the Wings all-time leading scorer. And so they showed a bunch of like, messages from people on the big screen, like every intermission, which is really fun. Really funny one from her brother, who's a running back for the Houston Texans. And yeah, I don't know. Women's sporting events are typically, I think, less shitty in that regard.
You've got actually a lot of options, as long as if you live in a city that has a men's team, there is a women's team that you can go to at this point.
No. And if you don't have that, take them to a baseball game that doesn't matter.
Yes, deeply. Yes. Like pay $8 to go to a baseball game that doesn't matter and just go like hang out.
Like go to a baseball game in September against a team that is not good.
Yes.
Like that's
great.
Like, because you get the good parts of sports without really any of the bad pressure that comes with the other part.
It's a great shout.
Do not take them to a rivalry college football game.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
No. And again, the offer continually stands. If you are in the city of Los Angeles, I will get you a ticket to an Angel City game whenever.
That would be really good. Last question, and it's a good one. I really wanted to save it for last because I really love talking about this. Jason asks, what's the favorite dessert you've ever had?
Great.
I love talking about dessert, so I wanted to leave it here.
Whenever I close my eyes and think about dessert,
yes,
it always is like it's cake.
It's cake
for some reason.
Interesting.
Because we weren't really a dessert family.
Okay.
We were never like you go to a restaurant, get a dessert.
We really weren't that family either. Yeah.
And then at home it was like funfetti box cake.
Well, just
great, delicious,
really, really good,
incredible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like that's when I close my eyes and think about dessert, I think about that. I had a peach cobbler from, oh Christ, where was it from? I don't even remember. It's like on Crenshaw, like in South LA, like from just the little like hole in the wall place. Yeah, and I was like, wow, I've seen Christ through this peach cobbler now. I wish I remember what it was called, but the food stuff was a peach cobbler.
A peach cobbler is, to me, the platonic ideal of a dessert.
Yeah,
it is.
It's good stuff.
Good. A banana pudding with a lot of Nilla wafers and actual fresh bananas in it is very hard to beat for me.
Goes crazy.
Let's see what else. I had notes in my head when this question was asked. I saw it. I really like a fancy dessert called fried milk at Uchi, which is
how they fry the milk.
So basically, they do this little milky custard, sweet custard. They freeze it, they fry it. It's only one element of the plate. They do a ice cold milk ice cream, which is just a very lightly sweet, milky ice cream with a salted chocolate fudge that it rests on, with the little fried milk balls. It's very, very good. It's super, super delicious.
That sounds great, John. I want fried milk now.
I'll take you to Uchi when you come visit. We'll go to Uchi. I love if we get real nostalgic with it, my mom makes a pecan chocolate sheet cake for my birthday. I'm gonna ask her to make one this year because it's really good. And my grandmother's chocolate cream pie, very good. I miss her. My mom makes that periodically, but unfortunately, it does not taste like my grandmother's.
Not the same. What is that?
Same. I don't get it because it's the same recipe. I don't fucking understand.
What is that? That's so crazy. There's probably research on it, but like that, it fucks me up so bad that that's possible.
It fucks me up too. I know.
Like, and I don't know, not to have a big conversation, please. But it is so nuts that the energy that we are all putting out is so different that it will change the way that food tastes.
100%.
Even if you start from the same thing.
Recipe, yeah.
And like your grandma was not cooking it the same way every single time either.
No, probably not. No.
Like the times were always different.
Yeah.
So like, nuts. It's fucking
but
crazy.
It's the same way as like if I make biscuits and gravy. Like, do I make good biscuits and gravy? Sure. It doesn't taste like my mom's.
Yeah.
She makes the same fucking thing that I do.
Yeah.
She gave me the recipe.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just kind of like, yeah, this tastes good, but not the same.
Not the same. What is that?
I don't know. It's really hard. I also love a snickerdoodle cookie.
Dude, snickerdoodles go crazy.
Just a fucking snickerdoodle. I really like dessert. I love dessert a lot. Fancy or low class. I mean, even like again, a funfetti box cake. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it goes crazy.
It goes crazy.
Today I'm going to bake Molly Boz's salted malted birthday cake.
Ooh,
that's what I'm doing today.
That's fun.
Or maybe tomorrow.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was just like, I was looking at the time and I'm like, I could not start a baking.
No, there's no way I'm starting a cake today.
It's hard.
I'll do it tomorrow.
But that sounds good. That sounds really good.
Yeah, I have a good chunk of time tomorrow, actually.
I need to get on the dessert train. I haven't baked anything in a while, and I need to. And also Anne's Rice Krispie treats. Really simple. Again, a thing that other people can hand me that they made. Doesn't taste the same.
Yeah, not the same.
Not the same. So yeah, those are desserts. Hey, Jason, what's your favorite dessert? Everyone in the Discord, what's your favorite dessert? I'm very interested.
Let us know.
Learning about your favorite desserts. Maybe we have a dessert club. Let's get on out of here. Dessert club. We do have a movie club. We have a wrestling club within the VGB's Discord. Maybe we'll do a dessert club. That sounds fun. We should do something with like baking or cooking.
Cooking club.
Compare. That'd be fun.
Food club.
Maybe we should get that going. That'd be fun. Niki, you have anything to plug? You do. I know you have something to plug.
I actually do. I'm starting a newsletter. The first one comes out tomorrow. It's called Make You Think. You can go to makeyoutthink.club, CLUB, which is a top level domain that no one knows is real. But I do because that's what I bought because it was cheap. It was $3.
Wow,
it's a good amount of money for a URL.
For a year,
for a year, yeah. It'll probably be like $45 next year. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I'll cross that bridge when I get there. It's just a newsletter. There is a free tier which gets you the newsletter once a week, and then there's a paid tier which gets you 2 extra bonus posts, plus maybe more depending on how I'm feeling. All it is you're just kicking me money to support. And you get some extra stuff. $5 a month or $50 a year. And yeah, the first one comes out tomorrow. MakeYouThink.club.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Go do that. And like I said last week and a couple other times, if you don't do the paid tier, I will come to your house and just pull up one of your plants and just leave it.
Yeah,
there.
And leave it there.
Yeah. No, Niki's awesome for having both tiers up. I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to read it. I'm very excited to have it come to my mailbox. And for my part, I don't know, go get Interstate 35 on Steam. It's a game I published and Julie Muncie made. It's really good. We are... don't know if I can announce this. Can I announce this?
Who's going to get you in trouble, John? You?
Can I announce this? I actually don't know if I can announce this yet, so I'm not going to do that.
Well, don't. But you gotta tell me right after.
You should go and pick up that game. You'll be hearing more about it later this month. So get it now, because you're hearing about it now, but you'll hear it from other people later this month. Put that together. Go get a glider, please. Please, God, please go buy a glider. Like, just put $30 down. Please just put $30 down. That's all I need to do. Just go to feedlegal.com and get one of these foot controllers. It's really fun. I promise. I'm in the middle of cutting a video about kind of how it works with new footage, because we have a bunch of old footage. It's time to revamp it all. So go check that out. And yeah, please join the Hive. We are really genuinely trying to do some big expansion stuff this year. When that kind of comes together and when I have a better idea of like what that's going to cost and, put it into tiers, I'll publish something. But having more people sign up for the Hive is going to be awesome. We did that bonus basketball podcast that we did put up publicly, but when we do that stuff in the future, it'll go behind a paywall. Go to vgbs.com/join. You still get almost everything, like 99% of everything is publicly available. You just get some extra stuff, and you're also supporting us. So that's a big deal. All right. We're going to get on out of here. We've been podcasting. Niki and I have been podcasting for
30 hours.
For about 3.5 hours straight. So it's time for us to stop. Because my voice is also, I can feel my voice actually starting to kind of go, which stinks. So, all right.
Wait, the All-Star rosters are out.
Okay. Read them.
Okay. Hold on. I just had them. Okay. On Team Shaq. LeBron Gomes. Stephen Curry.
Okay.
Anthony Davis.
Ooh.
Jason Tatum.
Delicious.
You think they're gonna give Anthony Davis a split? How fucking sick would that be? God, that would be so sick. They're not gonna do it, but it would be so sick if they gave him a split Mavs Lakers jersey. LeBron, Steph, AD, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, James Harden, and Jaylen Brown on Team Shaq. Kenny got fucked. Sorry. Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jalen Williams, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, and Tyler Hero.
Wait, did they not select these in a draft style, or
they did?
They were just
they did.
Kenny fucked himself.
I think Kenny just fucked himself because weird. Chuck has the Joker, Giannis, SGA, Victor, Pascal Siakam, Alperen Sengun, Karl Anthony Towns, and Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
so
Kenny
just got fucked.
Kenny,
I don't know. I cannot wait to stop doing this so I can go watch
and see how that happened.
Watch Kenny get killed on TV.
Yeah. They just tied him up and put him on the desk, and there's just like the guided his hand to draft all these players.
You want Jaren Jackson Jr.
You want Jaren Jackson. You definitely want Jaren Jackson.
He's great. Jaren Jackson Jr. is good. I watched a Mavs game the other night. The team is fun. I'm scared.
Yep.
Scary.
Yep. They are good. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out once again. This has been BGB's episode 36. All right. Until next time, keep on buzzing. Bye.
Bye.